I had in my head area code. But think about it. What other duo is even close to this Lakers team? Let's look at Milwaukee's got Chris Middleton and Giannis.
Ain't no other
Right?
duo
That
closer to this Laker team.
they won 14 games in a row. The Clippers got Paul George and Kawhi Leonard.
Let's open some packs.
The Rockets have James Harden and Russell Westbrook. The Nuggets have Jokic and Jamal Murray.
I always like to open up a little.
This duo that the Lakers have. Literally nobody close to this duo right now. What the Los Angeles Lakers are doing. This is a.
Who the
it's
is
impressive.
that?
That's all I can tell you. It's impressive. Alex Cooper's
Man, hell no.
We keep talking about how good he is, and he just keeps improving and getting better and better and looking better and better. So it's funny because I was
Come on,
talking with
league
the
moments.
guys and Tay earlier.
Ruby.
I was like, all right, just watch. Like,
Look at her coming. Look at her.
Slide white side.
Look at her.
Look, she on that.
7 minutes left in the 38, 30.
Look, she got nothing gonna stop her.
They're going to finish with 50. So what he's doing is incredible. You know,
Leave her alone, bro. Leave her alone.
firsthand is special.
impressive. That's it. Best way to put it. It's been impressive what the Lakers have been doing. And AD tonight, it's great to see him getting that 50 because he's Anthony Davis. He's easy to root for. He's doing everything
Deluxe?
for the team.
I don't
He's
know.
the best defensive player in the NBA, but he's got. It's so funny with Anthony Davis.
Come on.
Think of
Give me something good.
players around the league. You don't think of them as offensive players. So
Oh my gosh, man! If they don't get this garbage mother.
players, the 3 and D guys that see them put up 50. That's not. That to me is half of the push power forward. He's not going to do that. Anthony Davis.
Tell me something good. Oh man, take them shoes on that jersey.
That's Anthony Davis in a nutshell right there.
Yeah, my mom said that card's gone.
They gonna try to get another one, or they just gonna?
She said, I hope they total it out. She said, yeah, we heard that. I'm like, I bet y'all are. And she said from the front bumper to the end of the car on the passenger side, it's dented all in. Bow.
Damn.
I said, well, it looks like y'all need to start Ubering, huh? She said, that wasn't our fault. I said, neither was my accident. It wasn't my fault. Shit. Don't tell me I need to start Ubering. I don't need to drive no more. Both of y'all, shit. Oh my God, I forgot to tell you. Aaron said to get Harley shoes.
What shoes?
The ones like Zoe. I asked you, like they in the back.
Oh no.
They in the back?
Yeah.
But they was gonna be 50%
For the
off.
13, right?
13.
Mm-hmm.
You still got it in the back? Oh, she could just pay 30% off. That looks cute, huh? Yolanda was saying I could wear these with that too, but I was like, nah.
Good.
They look nice with this, with some jeans. See? Look.
Yeah, yeah.
This is what he's been doing all year long. So it's like, it's no surprise. Somebody pointed out here LeBron, the ultimate floor general. Absolutely the ultimate floor general. And he does it on a consistent basis. So it's fun to watch. And the fact that this dude's about to turn 35 years old, it's what do you say? Literally, what do you say?
Something to leave me going on.
These are so cute. Oh my God. Y'all crappy I found these from the Sarah had them.
Yeah.
Sit there and say, you all trying to get the same shit as me. I was like, excuse me? You got your nerve.
I like say so.
Don't she got nerve?
Yeah, she
I'm finna
crazy.
do the same shit she got.
She crazy.
Yeah, but I
She
can't
don't
take
like
this.
that. I know.
Honey, not even
How
if
am
I
I
wanted
able
to.
to hop on and do a post game show? And I know Alex Caruso
Did I
is
get this in the
valuable
last
on the
50?
court, but his stat line never
I think
shows.
so. Yeah.
Not never, but you know what I mean. Like he's not. Tonight was one of those games where I
These
can
look
actually
little,
look at
huh?
the stat line and tell everybody. You guys see
Thought they
Caruso?
looked big at
What
first. They
Caruso
look
did?
small now to
Like
me.
how solid was Caruso's 16 points? Okay, forget about
All
his
right, it's time
16
for me to
points. How about
relax.
his 2 steals? How about his 4 assists and his 4 rebounds? Just a nice,
Ain't you
like,
relaxing?
all-around game for
I
Alex
am,
Caruso.
but
You
I
are?
have to download
It
for
was
a
nice
second.
to
I've been
not
dealing
just
with
be
people
able to
all
look
day.
at stat lines
So
and
you
say,
gonna deal with your wife?
No.
he had a perfect, he had a perfect Caruso. That's a perfect
It
night
was
for
a
Alex
joke.
Caruso. Some steals,
But
some points,
No, he
over
wasn't
50%.
joking.
I wasn't.
It's all
Some
good.
rebounds, some assists. So it
Shut
was a
your
little
ass
bit of
up.
everything for Alex
Where my
Caruso.
bag?
So
It's all good.
I
As long
keep
as
smelling that buffalo sauce.
don't worry, I'm about to buffalo my ass to sleep now. Tell me twice.
You was about to go to sleep.
No, I wasn't. I was waiting up for you. I
Girl,
took a
please.
shower and everything.
What you doing? What eye medicine? Your eye is fine. There's nothing wrong with the eye. Sit your ass down. No. No, that was for just that time. It's over. Crazy. No.
Philip was all sad.
Why?
He was like, I didn't get no shoes. I was like, listen, Ebro, I told you.
Can't always come up there.
Why? Where? Open your eyes.
Hey, I said no. Don't be harassing, okay?
Eye looks fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, we'll put it all in your eye tomorrow night. All over your eyes. Go use the bathroom and get in the bed. Don't pee again. Use your shrimp bar.
Go to the bed.
That night they took a party or whatever, and he was taking God and see if his sword broke. See, see, this is what I used to say. If you fall, it don't matter if you don't fall. Don't mess up. Probably not okay. Probably not okay.
The only thing about the Texas, any type of serious fall, it's always a second chance. Now,
He falls, he's not lying.
true, but she sees that you're calling the Texas. You know what I'm saying? It's different. You don't have an answer, but okay, just observe the feelings of the way they talk.
Well, I'll just
These
text
are the
her.
people that came at me when I was going through
I'll
something.
text her.
Who remember?
I'll try to call her later on.
Yeah, who remembered when you're going through something? Who was there? And
I
who?
said, call me if you need to talk, and I will try to call you. I will give you some space, and I will talk to you a little later.
Okay. Just say, call me. You're strong. You always do. You always find the wrong. On the hard part. Mm-hmm. What this will do, what this will do, is bring the family together.
Yeah, that's
Your
why I was like,
parents,
they was like, why? And I was like, tell her
because,
why I did this. My
they tell
family is
you this,
crazy. My
they
family
tell
is
you that, and there's no love.
you know that. I was telling my baby, I was like, when I have any birthday groceries come, I'm gonna see my little
There's
baby.
no love. There's no spirit. And it's crazy because George is a pastor. They should open up every family to telling her to be dismissive about the situation.
No, tell her to let it stop.
True. I know what you're saying. I know what you mean.
Okay, hey
I'm just
cousin,
saying
I'm
how it
sorry to hear
sounds.
what happened. Keep your faith in God. Call me if you need anything. Love
Please,
you.
please
Love you.
call me. Please call me if you need anything.
Please call me if you need anything.
This shit?
What?
I'm not saying good, good.
I said keep your faith in God. Love you. Please call me if you need anything.
So, what's supposed to be doing? What?
Turn the TV out. Go to bed.
She don't have to turn the TV off. Just let her go to
Turn
bed.
her light off.
Oh.
And get to bed. We're in here. Watch. Okay, when I wake up at 7 o'clock, I said I want to show a smile on my damn face, too.
The way he won't stop.
We haven't seen that, up until now. So up until now, we have not seen that yet. So the hope is that that eventually comes, and maybe it's going to take 20 more games for it to come. But I do think his confidence is probably shot a little bit. I think he's trying to figure things out, trying to be the perfect teammate, trying to play with the greatest, one of the greatest to ever do it in LeBron. Obviously, Anthony Davis, one of the alphas in the NBA. So I do think there's probably, he's probably in his head a little bit. But he said something too. He said something to the effect when he was asked that, we're winning, we're 20-3. So like I think in his mind he was kind of saying like, don't worry about me, we're winning. So that's his mentality. His thought process is as long as we're winning, then everything else.
That's
will
crazy.
be all
Yeah, my
fine.
mom and dad didn't wreck their car. Deanna didn't
So
lost
that's
her
where we are
baby.
there.
Yo, dad, you know,
Trade Kuzma for Luke.
I be telling you this shit all the time.
What?
Let's read what you guys are talking about. Kuz needs a handle. Too much ISO play.
It's just kind of like a wake up call for your,
Somebody asked
for that side of your fam.
What was the last Sasha update I gave you guys? On Friday.
Crazy.
That I texted him and I hadn't heard back.
I have a lot to deal with.
Is that right?
It is. Fuck, man.
Busy day at work.
No word from Sasha. Nothing.
What you
I've been
telling?
checking the post all day since Deanna had her baby.
I can't text him. Like,
Fuck.
text me, like, I gotta stay put. I gotta stay put on my end.
That's hard, drawing.
That's right. I got ghosted by him. I got ghosted.
Yeah, I know.
Because.
Ghosted by the machine. All right, let's keep rolling here.
That shit different.
Other stuff.
Yeah, nah, that shit different.
She got all this baby stuff, and she thought she was gonna be posting her baby, but she don't have. Yeah.
By the way, for those who want to trade
She gotta go into all this baby stuff and.
A lot of the players that you guys are mentioning there, the contracts will not match. So just heads up. If we could just get Iguodala, you can keep Kuzma on your team. Kuzma's not a liability, like somebody said.
You're supposed to be in your house.
Money, and there's a tremendous upside.
Yeah.
But
what are you doing?
Iguodala, that's the buyout one. We need that buyout for Iguodala. That's the one.
Let me do.
We're also asking for weird soup. You guys just don't listen to me anymore. We talked about this. We had this conversation. Alright, so the reason why I got a suit on. When Lakers play at home, I gotta get suited up. I do the pregame show from there. I'm there through 3 quarters. I'm trying to run a business here. You know what I mean? No, but I get suited up for the game. And then when I'm done there, I come here for the post game. And after the post game, I do the post game on YouTube. You see what I'm saying? We got the post game after the post game. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's do the let's go over the road games. Alright? Road games real quick coming up. So Lakers are 21-3. 21-3 right now for the Lakers. Okay? Let's see if I get these stats right. Lakers have won 11 road games in a row. Okay? 11 road games in a row. The 1972-1973 Lakers
You know what Deanna had told
won
me?
12 road games in a row.
She was like,
The 1971-1972 Lakers won 16 games in a row.
I'll tell you when you come.
The Lakers got a 5-game road trip coming
She
up.
was like,
if they go 5-0 on
like,
this
I
road
on
trip,
a side note, I
they
got
will
a new
tie
car,
the
and she was
71-72
like, right,
Lakers
I saw it. Erica
for
posted
the
that video of
longest,
you. She was like, very nice. I want to be like you when I
longest
grow
road
up.
winning
Like,
streak in franchise history.
She was like, I was like,
and it
girl,
ends
you can
with
do
a
whatever you want.
Bucks, like
I was like, my
somebody's
ass
putting
is
right
broke.
there.
And she was like,
So
shit, I don't have a dime
there
for a
is
car note.
there is a very
you are
kind of an
interesting
interesting
She was like, you know, I
road
think
trip
I'm
coming up
Beyonce
for the
on the
Lakers.
lows.
It all doesn't mean anything. I mean, even if they tied it or they ended up beating the that record, it's just kind of cool to understand that that's what the Lakers got kind of in front of them, and that's how successful they've been on the road. Lakers on the road, they've lost one game on the
I'm
road
listening.
against the Clippers. They're 11-1 on the road right now. 11-1 are the Lakers on the road right now. They have 3 losses this season, all at Staples Center. 1 loss to the Clippers, obviously Clippers home game. 1 loss against Toronto at Staples Center. 1 loss against the Dallas Mavericks at Staples Center. Haven't lost anywhere else.
Yeah, because you don't see what people see in you. You don't see. They don't see the she broke. They just see your success.
At Orlando
And like I always tell you, for the most part, shit. I mean, you got everything.
That's obviously a win for the Los Angeles Lakers.
And then you add the hard work to it, and yeah, that's why.
Sitting at 11 and 11.
I don't know.
Look, Orlando's actually maybe better than we thought. Orlando 11 and 11 on the season, and they've won 4 games in a row. So that's where Orlando is. Okay. Then at Miami, which Michael Thompson said is the toughest road game of the year for things that have nothing to do with basketball. So you could see where Michael Thompson's head's at. That not Denver, not Milwaukee, not any of these games. Miami's the toughest game, road game of the year because it's located in Miami. Okay, Lakers play in Miami. Here's my theory on that game. Lakers play in Miami on a Friday night. It's a 5 o'clock or maybe I think a 4 o'clock game against the Miami Heat. My theory is this. Go take care of business, go get the W, and then go stay out as long as you want on Friday night. You're good to go. Let's go get the W, and then go out in Miami. Miami's sitting at 17-6, 3rd best record in the Eastern Conference. Miami's actually a good team. We beat them already here, and our W against them here, I think is they'll be kind of a chip on their shoulder against the Lakers as we go into almost like Dallas. Like we beat Dallas there, and they had a chip on their shoulder when we came here. So
you should be calling.
11,
What's her name? Her mama.
The Hawks, we should
She probably having a fit her damn self.
We should destroy them. That's on Sunday, and then 2 more games on the road. At Indiana, 15-8, and then at Milwaukee, 20 and.
First time in his career.
Okay.
And a loss for Portland after Anthony Davis got the benefit of a whistle, and it looked like upon further review he never even got touched. Davis trying to steal off the handle. And 1. 20-3, I think, is a gaudy number to start the season for LA, even with the expectations they had. Wiggins gets hit, and a chance for a 3-point play for Andrew.
Guys that know how to play. DeMarcus Cousins, he's got the knee injury, Dave, so he's not going to be able to play. But Anthony Davis,
they brought in after the injury to DeMarcus Cousins.
I wasn't done yet.
Anthony Towns goes to the left hand for the finish.
I think the other thing, too, is that he's being refreshed. This is where they really get you in transition.
Get a bet in the league. They've already got 5 here tonight, looking to get some more.
Hey, you are loud.
Right now? Are y'all going up there? Oh. Well, I don't think nobody up there no more, is it? I text her. I know she probably don't want to talk to nobody. So I just text her. Said I was sorry for her, sorry to hear what happened, but keep her safe in God. Okay. You need to never send it.
Good job of going right back at them.
LeBron. Just makes it look so easy.
Still made it work.
Davis stays.
Oh my goodness.
3 in the game for LeBron. Wiggins looking for a 3. No. LeBron the quick outlet, and Davis the quick finish. LeBron James. Almost got that wild shot to go, but JaVale McGee was there to clean it up. LeBron over Towns, and he drills it. LeBron gets blocked by Jordan Bell. Jarrett Culver's got almost poked to beat, and Culver with the...
I'll call you right back.
Davis.
Fucking Anthony Davis is a fucking beast, dude.
Shabazz Napier's doing traffic.
That finish. From a competitive standpoint, love seeing that.
Caruso.
Towns. Draws the double team, couldn't get it to go. Jordan Bell, an offensive rebound and a putback.
A player that really helped Minnesota out.
Babe.
Had a tremendous game off the bench, Minnesota.
Oh, yeah, I was
Could use another free throw, though.
A ton. And pretty difficult action to guard when you have so many dynamic players on the offense. Letting it fly from 4-point land.
James puts it on the deck.
Oh my God.
Fast break.
This nigga LeBron.
Ratchet it up in the first quarter.
Okay. Wait, what?
Letting it fly from 4-point land.
James puts it on the deck. Gets by Morgie Jang. And the flush from King James.
All the fast break points that the Lakers ratcheted up in the first quarter. What he was going to do.
That nigga was balling.
It's just a read of the defense. This Covington
And NBA title. That's it. That's the list. Quinn Cook and Danny Green.
number 2 and number 14. That's it. You said active, and that was the key point because there's been a lot of players that have done it and get Carl Anthony Towns gets his 21st assist.
Hold up. We got shoes.
To Andrew, I would bet
Hold up.
that most of them have been back to Rams.
Howard with the pushback got paid.
We got shoes.
Sleep list is not as long as you would think either. I think it's in the 30s.
Just incredible.
Damn, we was losing?
LeBron and AD gets free for the alley-oop dunk. Teague able to get it over
Damn.
AD. Covington trying to tee up on LeBron. James crab dribbles his way in. Made a living out of that. No, Howard with the rebound. Davis in transition. Caruso from straight away. A little bit too strong. This one by Anthony Davis. Towns, nice thought.
This is crazy.
Get the bucket to drop. Danny Green.
The Lakers are insane.
It's been a blowout in Anthony Davis' favor here in the first half between Towns and Davis.
Sure has.
Oh my gosh.
To be able to defend LeBron, but he's not big enough to cut down the vision, Dave, and that's the thing. If you don't cut down vision, he just is able to see him.
Is a better shooter, and that they both have their strengths that make them such special players. And AD's showing off the touch and the athleticism there.
So cross-match situation, Karl Anthony Towns being guarded by Jim. Javel McGee as Andrew Wiggins jets his way to the rim and throws it down.
Finds a wide open Anthony Davis, can't connect on the three.
Gotta get it up the floor, give him a little bit Brazilian medicine. Minnesota does. Too nice head going pass by Jared Culver.
Kogi comes up with it and then throws it away. It's thrown out of bounds.
LeBron from 40 feet.
Towns spin, and certainly is. Look at the line with a chance for the end one.
While if that was baseball, it would have been in the dirt, and Josh Kogi did a great job of picking that one up.
Wiggins able to get his way on that possession. McGee. Davis step back to two. That's his second steal of the game for Russo. Napier, little hesitation move and then a finish. Verizon player, Jim, but you don't like to see guys have to go through injuries like that. Towns gets it away and is able to get it to go. First three of the game for Towns and Wolves all time. Three-point shooting ranks ahead of Anthony Peeler. Anthony Davis there for the putback dunk. He's now got 38 here, quarter number three.
Again, LeBron James being off the floor has helped things, but Anthony Davis, man.
Kane explodes for the dunk.
I really think he can play the power forward spot for Minnesota.
Wet.
As well as
Wade trying to end a three-game losing skid. Kyle Kuzma.
plus Anthony Davis can shoot over the top. You got to bring somebody big.
Wiggins, wow. Davis. Career high for Anthony Davis. Napier rattles it in.
Didn't rattle that one in. She was loving it.
She was loving it.
And I don't think it was a
Off the hook, because nobody won the jackpot that night. For big points. Okogie.
Josh is 3 of the game.
Oh shit.
26 now.
Fucking Lakers are insane. This shit's crazy.
Laker fans. Laker fans. How we doing out there? All right, let's get going here, huh? We've got a lot to get into. All right? No messing around today. All right? Straight to work. Straight to work, Laker fans. Another win over the Minnesota Timberwolves. 142, 125. Lakers kind of take control of things in that fourth quarter. They outscored the T-Wolves 32 to 22.
I will get the pictures on when I have to hang up.
It's a pretty good duo on the Los Angeles Lakers. I don't know if you guys know about it, but this duo that the Lakers have is pretty damn good. Anthony Davis with 50 points tonight.
Jesus.
LeBron James with 32 points and 13 assists. The Los Angeles Lakers.
That's not even fair.
Lakers aren't bad, guys. They're pretty good. Just heads up, Lakers are pretty good. LeBron James on Anthony Davis's night.
He's unbelievable. His ability to dominate in the post.
Can you imagine talking shit about the Lakers all last year?
On the perimeter, in the mid-range, on the defensive end.
Can you fucking imagine
Sets the tone for our team.
being a fucking Laker hater all last year and now having to deal with this shit?
That combination's pretty good. Have I mentioned that yet? Have I mentioned that? Have I mentioned that? I think this LeBron AD thing.
That's what I'm talking about.
Uh,
Who gets a win?
all right, real quick on it.
Who gets a win like that? I'm the GOAT.
Anthony Davis
I'm the GOAT.
tonight.
I'm the GOAT.
Um,
I'm the GOAT.
look, I don't know how to explain it. Let me
Like
just
and
give
subscribe to my
quick,
page.
my quick 2
The
cents.
fucking
All right.
GOAT.
AD
Are you serious?
you can make an argument right now. Anthony Davis is the best
Y'all
player
see
in the
that?
world, right? Like you can make that argument. I would say today
They
it's
didn't give me the
LeBron
win?
James. LeBron's impact on the Lakers, I just feel like
Oh, hell no.
is unmatched. What he's able to do on offense, the way he kind of controls everything. But when
Oh,
Anthony
hell
Davis got
no.
traded to the Lakers, it's nights like this that
That's
I
some
started
bullshit.
envisioning. That I said to myself, you know, now I look
I'm
back at
still
a
the
lot of the
GOAT.
stats that he had in the past. He had nights where he had 59 and 20 in one of his games with the Pelicans. So it's not like out of the.
He must have known.
It's not out of the world for
He's like, this nigga about to blow me out.
Anthony Davis to have 50-point nights. But in my head, I thought about at Staples Center.
I just want to talk to any Warriors fan.
Gonna be talking about
Fucking, who else niggas was dick riding? Who was niggas dick riding? Warriors. Fucking Philadelphia, whoever the fuck your team was. Talk that shit. I just want to hear it. It can't be this many Laker fans all of a sudden. Everybody's just a Laker fan. Y'all was just talking shit about the Lakers last year. Everybody was just talking shit about the Lakers. Everybody was just talking shit. Now, all of a sudden, that nigga's fake as fuck.
This is not
Nigga's fake as fuck.
Dick
Dick riding.
That's how good of a player he is.
Fuck out of here.
The key piece to
Go be a
Anthony
Clipper
Davis.
fan. Go be a fucking.
Is he doing it while the
I don't
Lakers
know.
are stacking up W's?
I don't even know what niggas like.
If LeBron James is giving you 32
Niggas
and
gay.
13 like he did tonight, is he doing it
Fuck.
while getting you another win? And that's all. You know,
AD dropped 50 tonight.
Really care about. Like at the end of the day, you can have all the individual
Oh my
stats that you want
gosh.
out there.
This shit ridiculous.
Games, Lakers are 21 and 3. Lakers are definitely.
This shit fucking ridiculous, my nigga. Like,
Since they lost that game to the Toronto Raptors. You guys remember that loss?
Golden State fucked up.
There's a fist bump for you, all right?
Golden State fucked up. They should have never let it. They should have.
Let me stay focused here. Give me a second. Okay?
Yeah, they fucked up. They fucked up bad.
Dallas Mavericks, right?
Iggy gone. Oh man.
They went out and they won 10
Oh man, they didn't fucked around and let.
Yeah.
All right.
When they lost to
Yeah.
the Clippers, they
Let's
won
go.
7 games in a row. Then they lost to the Toronto Raptors. They won 10
Clippers is
games in a
deadly
row,
though. I can't.
right? Then they
The way
lost
they
to
beat
the
us.
Dallas Mavericks a week ago. How did they respond to these losses? By the way, you could tell a lot about a team based upon how they do after a loss. Anthony Davis has already said it. Hey, we don't want to lose. We don't want to lose two losses in a row. That's kind of their theme, right? YouTube is good, man. YouTube is outstanding. You don't want to lose 2 losses. You don't want to get 2
That was UCSD too. Look, even this nigga got a Laker logo, and this shit says Washington D.C. You a clown. You're a fucking clown.
Utah Jazz in Utah. I like that.
You ain't no fucking Laker fan,
Thought she was in labor.
bitch.
The comments when I'm in the zone, and then I just read 1 or 2 of them, and I just go off my game. They beat the Denver Nuggets, they beat the Utah Jazz, then they beat the Portland Trailblazers, which, by the way, they beat Denver by 9, they beat Utah by 25, they beat Portland by 22, and then they came back tonight, beat the Minnesota Timberwolves. And look, the T-Wolves aren't world beaters. The Portland Trailblazers, the way they're looking right now, they probably won't even make the playoffs. I don't even know what's going on with them. The Utah Jazz, last I checked, after we beat them, they're 12 and 10. But what the Lakers are doing is they're taking care of business, and they're doing it against teams on a night-in, night-out basis. Lakers are always looking. They're always going to get the best shot of another team. Lakers are obviously doing it on a consistent basis, and that's all we should care about. All we should care about is, okay, the individual stats are one thing, but are they winning? They're winning. And I feel like all these guys care about is winning. I feel like that's the most important to any of these players. That these players, it's nice for them to have these individual stats and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, and I've said this a couple times on the post-game show, I talked about it. There was one time where AD said, I'm not worried about shots, I'm worried about wins. LeBron said, I don't care about the triple-doubles. Did we get the W? They said this earlier in the season, and that's translating. That wasn't just talk, you know what I mean? These weren't just mouthpieces where the guys figured, you know what, we'll just say the right thing. I think they're backing it up, or they're backing it up. Anthony Davis on his cohesion with LeBron James.
It's been fun. I mean, you know, when you got two players who are very selfless and just want the best for the other player, it's very easy. You know, I'm looking for him. He's looking for me. We continue to learn each other where we like to score the basketball. Obviously, that pick and roll, when I'm setting it for him, and he's able to get downhill at a fast pace and in attack mode, it puts the defense in a bind. Now they either got to help on him or they leave me open. So, or we finding the shooters on the weak side. So, we're going to continue to get better at it, but it's looking good right now.
There's no answer for that duo. There really isn't. There's no answer for that duo. I don't know. You guys walk around. You guys get a chance to watch, you know, this team on a night in, night out basis, or you listen to the broadcast, whatever the case is. I don't know how much you guys are watching other games, but think about it. What other duo is even close to this Lakers team? Let's look at Milwaukee's got Chris Middleton and Giannis, right? And they're balling out, by the way. They're 20-3. They've won 14 games in a row. The Clippers got Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. The Rockets have James Harden and Russell Westbrook. The Nuggets have Jokic and Jamal Murray. There's no one close to this duo that the Lakers have. Literally nobody close to this duo right now of what the Los Angeles Lakers are doing. This is it's impressive. That's all I can tell you. It's impressive. Alex Caruso on Anthony Davis.
He's an animal, man. I mean, we keep talking about how good he is, and he just keeps improving and, I mean, getting better and better and looking better and better. So it's funny because I was joking with the Tua guys and Tay earlier in the game. I was like, all right, just watch. Like, don't look at the scores, don't look at the stats. Midway through the third, just look up. We'll have 30. Sure enough, about 7 minutes left in the 30, he had 30 ball, and then obviously he kept that going and finished with 50. So what he's doing is incredible. You know, to be able to see that firsthand is special.
Impressive. That's it. Best way to put it. It's been impressive what the Lakers have been doing. And AD tonight, it's great to see him get that 50 because he's Anthony Davis. He's easy to root for. He's doing everything that you want from the team. He's the best defensive player in the NBA, but it's so funny with Anthony Davis. Like, when you think of the best defensive players around the league, you don't think of them as offensive players. So Rudy Gobert is not going to go put up 40 points, right? You know, guys that are good defensive players, the 3-and-D guys that do what they do, you're not going to see them put up 50. That typically doesn't happen, and usually your power forward is not going to do that. Anthony Davis played old school basketball, as Coach Frank Vogel said today. Didn't even take 1-3 and dominated the game. So that's Anthony Davis in a nutshell right there. I will say, watching the game, it was kind of funny. So LeBron got those 4 fouls in the first half. So the 4 fouls in the first half, and you could see the Lakers, that lead. When LeBron comes out, that lead just starts nosediving. I think Lakers were up 11, and then at one point they were down 5. This was in the first half, something along those lines. And then they closed out the half on an 11-0 run, something like that. So they had an 8-point lead, give or take, whatever that score was. But then LBJ, when he comes in, man, I got to tell you, he's just, he was a plus 24 in the plus minus, and his control of the game is a beauty to watch. I don't know how much you guys got a chance to watch Magic back in the days, right? And I only got to see Magic towards the end of his career. But Magic towards the end of his career, I loved watching him play so much because he was in such control of the offense, right? I mean, had complete control. of everything that was going on the court. That's LeBron right now, too. I mean, LeBron's pulling up. His confidence is stupid, by the way. He's pulling up. He had 6 three-pointers today, shot 6 of 8 from the three-point line. He was fantastic for the Lakers, and this is what he's been doing all year long. So it's like, it's no surprise. Somebody point up here, LeBron, the ultimate floor general. Absolutely the ultimate floor general. And he does it on a consistent basis. So it is fun to watch. And the fact that this dude's about to turn 35 years old, it's what do you say? Literally, what do you say to that? All right, what do you guys want to? I got to hit on Caruso. You guys want me to hit Caruso or something else? What do you guys want me to go on? Come on, give me some good topics here. Give me some good topics.
That was a different part, but bro.
What's in the cup? Well, nothing special. Just some water, man. I'm sorry. Sorry to disappoint you, bro. It's just water. All right, Caruso. Everybody wants Caruso. All right, Caruso tonight. I played Caruso talking about Anthony Davis. I already did that. Okay, here's Caruso. Caruso, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, gets 30 minutes for the Lakers, and goes 6 of 11 from the field. All right, so Alex Caruso, how many times have I hopped on a post-game show and I said, man, I get upset when I look at Alex Caruso's stat line. I look at his stat line, I'm like, man, this thing doesn't tell the whole story. How am I able to hop on and do a post-game show? And I know Alex Caruso is valuable on the court, but his stat line never shows it. Not never, but you know what I mean. Like, tonight was one of those games where I could actually look at the stat line and tell everybody, you guys see Caruso? See what Caruso did? Like, how solid was Caruso's 16 points? Okay, forget about his 16 points. How about his 2 steals? How about his 4 assists and his 4 rebounds? Just a nice, like, all-round game for Alex Caruso. It was nice tonight to be able to look at the stat line and say, okay, he had a perfect for Alex Caruso. That's a perfect night for Alex Caruso. Some steals, some points, over 50% from the field, some rebounds, some assists. So it was a little bit of everything for Alex Caruso. So solid performance by Caruso tonight. 30 points, 6 of 11. With Caruso too. So pregame, Vogel was asked pregame about with Rondo not playing tonight, right? So Rondo didn't go in tonight's game. So because he didn't go, because he didn't play, I thought the mere fact that Alex Caruso was going to be the guy that they depended on, right? Alex Caruso was going to be the player that coming off the bench. You're down 2 point guards. Rondo's out, Avery Bradley's out. So you have both of these guys that are out. I felt like the fact that Caruso got a chance to kind of step in, pull up a lot of those minutes, and play solid in a 30-minute span was great for the Lakers. So
I'll be here.
There's my take on Alex Caruso. All right, let's keep hitting. Let's keep hitting. I think from an individual perspective, unless you guys want me to talk about anybody else, Danny Green, 12 points tonight, 2 steals, 8 rebounds. So a nice stat line for Danny Green, and I know he's not always he's not always killing it as of late, but Danny Green, a nice stat line. Dwight Howard, 8 points and 6 rebounds. Those are pretty much your individual players for the Lakers. AD had the big night. LeBron had a big night. 82 points between. That's so funny to say that. 82 points between both of those players. So that was obviously huge. And then LeBron, how about 82 points between both of those players and 19 assists between both of those players? So that's what those guys had. And that's pretty much it from an individual perspective with these guys. Gave up a lot of points tonight, I'll say that. Somebody asking right now, what's the difference between now and the beginning of the season? Now and the beginning of the season for the Lakers, what's the difference? I think chemistry. I think they're understanding each other's tendencies, right? They know how to play together. They understand They understand where one player is going to be. They understand another guy's strengths. They understand there's a lot of different, I would say they're clicking together much better than they were in the beginning of the year, because it's tough to be clicking right as the season starts, obviously, right? So they needed time to start gelling, and I feel like by this point they look like they're completely gelling. I had somebody say, or did I hear it on I think I heard it on I heard it on one of these national shows where it said, "Are the Lakers clicking too early?" I always think that's comical when I hear that, right? Like, are the Lakers... So what's the argument? Should they not be playing this good right now? You know what I mean? Like, I never understood that argument. Somebody says, well, they're clicking too early. So should they lose? Do you want them to not be 21-3 and you'd rather them be 15-9? Like, I don't understand, like, that philosophy. You know what I mean? So I think all they're doing is this. They're playing good basketball. They're playing hard basketball. They're understanding. They're figuring out how to understand each other and obviously play for one another. Kind of that selfless talk that a lot of these, a lot of the players have been saying. Anthony Davis uses that word a lot. That a lot of these guys are selfless. They're playing for each other. So I think, with all that in mind, I do believe that that's a big difference between the start of the season to where they are now. Which, look, the tests are coming. Like, we had one test. Now you have a 5-game. You have a 5-game road trip coming up. You're gonna get some more tests there. I'm gonna talk about that 5-game road trip in a second, but I wanna keep doing. I wanna keep reading some of your guys' comments here. Still a lot going on Kuzma. A lot of people not happy about Kuzma. People are ready to give up on Kuzma. People are ready to trade Kyle Kuzma. Is that what it is? Can I ask you guys? Do you guys want to? Are you guys giving up on Kuz? And maybe listen. By the way, if you're trading, if somebody wants to give up on Kyle Kuzma, which, I mean, according to all the comments that I'm reading, on the left side of my eye, according to all these comments, I feel like a lot of people are not happy with Kuz and don't want Kuz on this team. And the only thing that I could think of is to have kind of that mindset about Kyle Kuzma. The only thing that I could think of is because he's 24 years old, because maybe he's not a veteran or whatever the case is. But Caruso's young too, so I guess I can't really make that argument. I'll read some of these. Kuz doesn't cost as much. That part's true. Another person says that he's solid. Quitter's going to give up on Kuz. All right, maybe I'm waking up some people. Maybe some people were sleeping on the comments until I said, "Do you guys want to get rid of Kuzma?" You think it's his confidence? Is the question somebody's saying? What do I think of Kuz? I most definitely want to see him become the player that we're all envisioning him to be, right? The player that we're envisioning him to be is a spot-up shooter for the Lakers. That's a role player that can switch on defense and guard multiple players. That can, Anthony Davis and LeBron James are on the bench, or one of those two guys are on the bench. He can continue that scoring punch. We haven't seen that, up until now. So up until now, we have not seen that yet. So the hope is that that eventually comes, and maybe it's going to take 20 more games for it to come. But I do think his confidence is probably shot a little bit. I think he's trying to figure things out, trying to be the perfect teammate, trying to play with one of the greatest to ever do it in LeBron. Obviously, Anthony Davis, one of the alphas in the NBA. So I do think he's probably in his head a little bit. But he said something, too. He said something to the effect when he was asked that, we're winning. We're 20-3. So, I think in his mind, he was kind of saying, don't worry about me. We're winning. So that's his mentality. His thought process is, as long as we're winning, then everything else will be all good. So that's where we are there. We are not going to trade Kuzma for Lou. Sometimes I just want to read these. Just read what you guys are talking about. Kuz needs a handle. Too much ISO play. Kuzma for Sasha. Somebody asked for a Sasha update. What was the last Sasha update I gave you guys? Gave you guys on Friday. Did I say I texted him and I hadn't heard back? Is that right? Still, no word from Sasha. Nothing. Now I'm at the stage where I'm like, I can't text him anymore. Like, he's got to text me. Like, I gotta stay put. I gotta stay put on my end. He ghosted me. That's right. I got ghosted by it. I got ghosted. I got ghosted by the machine. All right, let's keep rolling here. Let's keep rolling on some other stuff. Let me talk about this road trip real quick. All right, road trip coming up. By the way, for those who want to trade Kuzma, just FYI, a lot of the players that you guys are mentioning there, the contracts will not match. So just heads up. If we could just get Iguodala, you can keep Kuzma on your team. Kuzma's not a liability. Like somebody said, he's not even making that much money, and there's a tremendous upside to Kuzma. But bitch, it's bitch, it's
and he got diabetes, and he's trying to drink a damn shake at 10 o'clock at night. He ain't gonna learn till he on dialysis. Then he gonna learn.
Iguodala, that's the buyout one. We need that buyout for Iguodala. That's the I'm on that. People are also asking me why I'm wearing a suit. I feel like you guys just don't listen to me anymore. We talked about this. We had this conversation. All right, so the reason why I got a suit on. When Lakers play at home, I got to get suited up. I do the pregame show from there. I'm there through 3 quarters. I'm trying to run a business here. You know what I mean? No, but I get suited up for the game. And then when I'm done there, I come here for the postgame. And after the postgame, I do the postgame on YouTube. See what I'm saying? We got the postgame after the postgame. All right, here we go. All right, let's do the let's go over the road games. All right, road games real quick coming up. So Lakers are 21-3. 21-3 right now for the Lakers. Okay. Let's see if I get these stats right. Lakers have won 11 road games in a row. Okay? 11 road games in a row. The 1972-1973 Lakers won 12 road games in a row. The 1971-1972 Lakers won 16 games in a row. The Lakers got a 5-game road trip coming up. If they go 5-0 on this road trip, they will tie the 71-72 Lakers for the longest road winning streak in franchise history. And it ends with the Bucks, like somebody's putting right there. So there is a very kind of an interesting road trip coming up for the Lakers. It doesn't mean anything. I mean, even if they tied it or they ended up beating the that record, it's just kind of cool to understand that that's what the Lakers got kind of in front of them, and that's how successful they've been on the road. Lakers on the road, they've lost 1 game on the road. It was against the Clippers. They're 11-1 on the road right now. 11-1 are the Lakers on the road right now. They have 3 losses this season, all at Staples Center. 1 loss to the Clippers, obviously Clippers home game. 1 loss against Toronto at Staples Center. 1 loss against the Dallas Mavericks at Staples Center. They haven't lost anywhere else. All their losses have come outside of Staples Center. So this is the 5-game road trip that the Lakers got coming up. All right. At Orlando on Wednesday. Okay. You would assume that that's obviously a win for the Los Angeles Lakers. Let's go to the standings real quick. Orlando Magic sitting at 11-11. Look, Orlando's actually maybe better than we thought. Orlando 11-11 on the season, and they've won 4 games in a row. So that's where Orlando is. Okay? Then at Miami, which Michael Thompson said is the toughest road game of the year for things that have nothing to do with basketball. So you could see where Michael Thompson's head's at. That not Denver, not Milwaukee, not any of these games. Miami's the toughest game, road game of the year because it's located in Miami, okay? Lakers play in Miami. Here's my theory on that game. Lakers play in Miami on a Friday night. It's a 5 o'clock or maybe I think a 4 o'clock game against the Miami Heat. My theory is this. Go take care of business, go get the W, and then go stay out as long as you want on Friday night. You're good to go. Let's go get the W, and then go out in Miami. Miami's sitting at 17-6, third best record in the Eastern Conference. Miami's actually a good team. We beat them already here, and our W against them here, I think is they'll be kind of a chip on their shoulder against the Lakers as we go into almost like Dallas. Like we beat Dallas there, and they had a chip on their shoulder when we came here. So Orlando 11-11, Miami at 17-6. The Hawks, we should thrash them. They're 6-17. We should destroy them. That's on Sunday, and then 2 more games on the road at Indiana, 15-8. And then at Milwaukee, 20-3. 4 out of your next 5 games are against teams over 500. And all those games are on the road, right? They're at 500 or over 500. Orlando's that team that's at 500. That's a road trip right there. That's a road trip for the Los Angeles Lakers. These are not all going to be walks in the park. If this abruptly ends, I have 10% left on my phone. Just a heads up to everybody. But this is not going to be a walk in the park. So do I believe they're going to go 5-0 on this road trip? No, I definitely don't. Look, I think if you came out 4-1, that's a great road trip. An unbelievable road trip to come out 4-1. If you're 3-2, you'll take it, but you're thinking in yourself that this team is better than 3-2 on the road, right? Just the way they've been playing, that 21-3 record. My Charger's too far. My Charger, I have to go. Actually, I can't do it. I don't think it's going to make it. I have to move the phone and all that. That's not happening. But the big game for the Lakers, it's all coming down to this for the Lakers game. Or for the Lakers. The big game, I'm so curious to see how they do against Milwaukee. Milwaukee's won 14 games in a row. All right? 14 games in a row. They're sitting at 20-3, the second best record in the NBA. Second best record in the NBA behind the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers obviously sitting at the 21-3 mark. So that's where we are for the Los Angeles Lakers. These comments are good. That's where we are for the Los Angeles Lakers, and that's this 5-game road trip coming up. Game, I just want to see Giannis versus Anthony Davis in that Milwaukee game. That's all I want to watch. I literally just want to watch those two go at it in a couple of games. But the way the Lakers have said it, the way the Lakers have talked about it, like all the time, this is literally what they say. Oh, we're just worried about the next game in front of us. All right, somebody wants me to predict the next 10 games. Let's see how many games they have left in December. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Got 9 games left in December. Okay, Orlando, I'm going to go W. Miami. Do we lose to Miami? That's a tough one. I don't want to be peer pressured by everybody on here saying we're going to go 38-0. We're going to win by 45 every game. Not going to read the comments for a second. I'm just going to sit in my own thoughts for a second. All right, we beat Miami. All right, we beat Miami. That's 2-0. We beat Atlanta. Indiana game bothers me. I don't know why the Indiana game bothers me. I'm going to go 4-1 on that road trip. All right, I'm going to go 4-1 on that road trip. And every team that we say, oh, that's a good team, they're looking at them. They're looking at the Los Angeles Lakers saying, we got to play the freaking Lakers. Like, that's a tough game for all those teams out there, okay? So I'll go 4-1. Denver at home, we'll handle. Denver feels like we demoralized every team on that road trip. Denver, Portland, and all these other teams, we demoralized them. Then we got Clippers on Christmas. I don't even want to have the conversation about the Clippers. That better be a W. Like, there's no conversation to be had. You played them here at Staples Center to start the season, and they beat you. You better have a chip on your shoulder, and we 100% should beat the Los Angeles Clippers. So I don't even want to have a conversation about the Clippers. That should be a W. Of course, we all loved and enjoyed them getting blown out by the Milwaukee Bucks, but I'm going to go with that. I like that somebody's saying that's chicken dinner. Then you got Portland. At Portland, we demoralized them. C.J. McCollum in the fourth quarter looked like, just look at his body language. His body language is like, we got no shot against the Los Angeles Lakers. Then Dallas at home, that's a rematch. We come back and win January 1st against Phoenix. Technically, I'm saying 9-1, but I'm going to throw a loss somewhere in the mix there because that's what happens in the NBA. I'll say 8-2 in the next 2 games. 8-2 is what I'll say the next 10 games. All right. All right. Couple things here. We got Lakers talk tomorrow, 7-9. 7-9 p.m. tomorrow, Lakers talk. So if you guys want 2 hours, I'm actually playing with some stuff. I'm trying to figure out how to do some of these live streams so you guys can pick up the games, or not the games, but the post game, or you can pick up. If I'm doing a show and I want to go live, I want you guys to be able to pick up the audio feed. So if a caller calls in, you guys can hear it. So I'm working on some of that. Right now, the technology that I'm working with is from 1994. So that's where I am right now. That's where I am. So that's what we got right now. I could live stream the show. The problem is live streaming the show, you can't hear callers call in. You can't hear interviews that I play. You can't hear any of that. So I don't want that. I want you guys to be able to hear everything. So I'm working on that. Update on Avery Bradley is he played 4-on-4 today, which means there's a good chance he's going to play. There's a good chance that he's going to play in the game at some point of the road trip. So there's a good chance we're going to get him back for the road trip. Vlade Divac 1994. I don't know what that means. We need Alan Slewa merch. Ask ESPN. I don't know where you guys are going. I don't know where you guys are going anymore. All right. Subscribe to the channel. Or don't subscribe. At Lakers Talk ESPN on Twitter and Instagram. Follow me there. Or don't follow me there. I think that's it. 7-9 tomorrow. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Fist pump right there. That fist pump for AD. Huh? How about for Anthony Davis? Are you guys sitting at home and giving a fist pump too? Am I doing it by myself? Are you guys throwing one of these in here for the guy that puts up 50 points tonight? Huh? Anthony Davis gives it a 50 block. LeBron comes with 32 and 13. The team's sitting at 21 and 3. A couple fist pumps at home too. All right, guys. I like fans. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Have a good night. Have a good rest of your Sunday. I'm gonna go home. You know what I'm gonna go do when I go home? Watch.
I'm a bigger audience than her when she a fine white chick and I'm just some dude talking shit. Any fool understand? This, let a woman fine say the same shit I'm saying. She'll blow.
Sure is.
You need to get there around 29 shots and just be doing so much good in the paint. What did you see from that, the efficiency and what he tried to do as a teammate in that sense? He beat them. Playing efficient all night, getting the ball exactly where we wanted it. Either near post, low post, perimeter. You can do it all. So, no job to continue to get the ball. I know you've been putting in a lot of work on just the chemistry with him on the court, off the court. But how would you evaluate how that
that happened over the summer.
They car and they grass.
I'm with you on that too. I mean, but again, I think if we're getting into now, we're basically 2 months or a month and a half since he's been back. Really, I mean, or just close to a month, whatever it is. But you're looking at it and saying.
Lakers is the best team, bro. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Frank Vogel talk to his team during the break. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What they need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, guys. And the top priority. And of all the attributes, one thing that sometimes gets
A Mamba attacks. Kobe, baby.
Yeah, I don't know why they just don't leave that alone. Go about their day.
Kobe Bryant.
He ain't been gone. That's crazy. Well, they home now. My sister and them followed them home because I called them. I said, you need to go follow your mother and father home. Because your daddy is insisting on driving this car on a flat tire down whatever street he on in the ghetto. I said, so you might want to follow. They
Kobe Bryant.
Her and Cisco drove up there and followed them home. I told him, I was like, I need to go follow your crazy parents home. We got AAA and won't call AAA. I ain't never heard of no crap like that. Pay for AAA.
Kobe did it again, bro. He is ridiculous, bro. Kobe is the beast.
You what up, bro? studio. Good to have you with us. Hall of Famer Kevin McHale is right over there. Brian Shaw. I'm Matt Leiner. All of Sunday's highlights upcoming. Starting in L.A., LeBron James recorded his 8th 30-point game of the season on Sunday, but he's not the headline for the Lakers, as Anthony Davis recorded the second highest scoring game ever by a LeBron teammate. It came against the Minnesota Timberwolves. AD getting right to it. First from LeBron ahead of the pack. That can't happen, right?
No, someone's got to be back. That's too easy. Speaking of easy, that's another easy one.
Anthony Davis rim running and beating the Wolves down the floor repeatedly.
Again and again and again. And again and again.
And again.
LeBron also found time to score.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. He found the phone to use. He was not doing that a couple years ago. Wow.
Gorgie Jane can testify to that. Second half, Lakers take control. Davis misses. LeBron eventually finds it.
Ooh.
Rolls right to him, and he knocks down the three. Then AD, the step back.
Oh.
3 of 4 from the mid-range.
No, that's not even, that's deep mid-range.
Davis.
Wow.
Little floater there, and then LeBron
Let me ice this.
puts it away. Anthony Davis goes for 50 in this game, and the Lakers win at 142-25. AD's fourth career 50-point game. Only Kyrie Irving has scored more among LeBron's teammates. Lakers have won 4 straight and 14 of 15 after AD's big night.
When you got two players who are very selfless and just want the best for the other player, it's very easy. You know, I'm looking for him. He's looking for me, and we continue to learn each other where we like to score the basketball. Obviously, that pick and roll, when I'm setting it for him, and he's able to get downhill at a fast pace and in attack mode, it puts the defense in a bind. Now they either got to help on him or they leave me open, or we finding the shooters on the weak side. So we're going to continue to get better at it, but it's looking good right now.
So Anthony Davis with 50, second only to Kyrie Irving, who had 57 against the Spurs, playing alongside LeBron James back in 2015. Lakers put up 136 and then 142. They haven't scored that much in back-to-back games since 1989. How did Davis do it here?
Well, he did it in a variety of ways. And, you know, he was 0 for 2 from the three-point line. So he said, you know what? I'm going to get these points where I know I can get them. And right here, you see he outruns the entire Minnesota defense for an old-school rim run and a dunk. Nice vision from LeBron finding him. Here he's setting the pick. Gets inside. The defense is stretched out because they're worried about the perimeter shooting of the Lakers. And he was able to get an easy dunk there. Now he's in his favorite spot on the floor. Back to the basket, getting over that left shoulder for his jump hook. And, you know, once he got it going, I mean, he was so efficient tonight, 20 for 29. Like I said, only two three-point shots that he didn't make. But there, again, the step back, 10 for 10 from the free throw line. He did it in every way.
And 10 for 10 at the rim as well, and I know that makes you happy.
It does. You know what I like to? He ran ahead of the pack and posted up. And LeBron throws a 70-foot post-entry pass. He gets him the ball. That's the way I like the game to be played. It gives the bigs room down there to go to work. And if AD keeps doing that, it's almost impossible to guard it because half the defenders are at half court. So, you know, kudos to AD for running and playing, and also LeBron and the Lakers throwing the ball ahead, letting them play ahead of the pack.
And not settling.
Last time a pair of teammates had a 50-point game while the other had a 30-point, 10-assist game, McHale and Bird, March 1985. You had 56. Bird went for 30 and 10. How about that?
Wow, a long time ago.
A lot of emphasis on defense there, which is not surprising, given Frank Vogel's background and the fact that the Lakers have been a really good defensive team here so far. One of the question marks coming into the season was there enough outside shooting for the LA Lakers surrounding LeBron and Anthony Davis? Well, they're up to 10th in the league in three-point percentage, and on Friday night they knocked down 17 of 34, I believe it was, in 36 rather, in their win over Portland.
Well, I think last year's team would have been more of a question of if there's enough outside shooting. They added Danny Green, Troy Daniels, Jared Dudley. You know, Kuzma's coming into his own at the three-point line now. So they have a lot of guys now. And one of the things that you see them do in this situation, they're coming down on the break. There's 5 guys all outside the three-point line. This is the new NBA. Usually you have a rim runner, and then, other guys fill in the spaces on the perimeter. They got 5 guys. This is just a matter of finding the open one because teams come back and build their defense from the inside out. Here again, you see LeBron, a way of playing inside-out basketball. He's got 5 defenders all around him in the paint. Damian Lillard makes the mistake of turning around and not seeing his man. KCP finds a window for LeBron to hit him, and what does it turn into? Another wide-open three-point shot for KCP, who's shooting the ball well at this point in the season as well. Another way of inside-out. LeBron, who obviously can see the floor, sees KCP on the cut in the paint. Dame does the same thing again, turns his back, leaves Danny Green. The defender was already in great enough position. There was no need to help on that post-up. KCP's not a post-up guy, but when you have a Danny Green on the outside and some of these other shooters that I talked about, that's why you see the improvement in the Lakers from the three-point line.
You said you've taken note of the offense in that maybe it's better than what you expected to this point in the season. Where and why?
Yeah, well, first of all, their defense is better than what I thought it would be overall, and that leads to some runouts. That leads to some odd man, and they finish at the rim so well. Anthony Davis and LeBron finish at the rim at such a high level. They're the best team in the league on two-point shooting, just regular, not three-point shooting, but just two. And it's because they finish so well. And Kuzma's a big player. They, again, are one of those unique teams that can play really big across. We talked a little bit about Dallas can play really big. They put LeBron at the point. They can have everybody out there 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", so they can all finish at the basket. And their three-point shooting is better. And, again, I said their fill-in players are getting...
Nope. Yeah, I didn't say nothing.
It's out there.
No.
It's spreading.
Who called me Stephanie? I don't remember. It's cold in this house, man.
Comfortable. Danny Green makes some shots. Caldwell Pope is making shots. So if those guys are making shots, this is a really good team. I was interested during that clip just about Vogel talking about defense, Basically, his defensive concept is, two guys have got to be able to play the ball. We can't bring 9 guys over here to guard the ball. I mean, 2 guys, you got to keep people at 9. That'd be 9 man. Anyway, you got to be able to contain the ball, and that's every good defense starts with the ability of containing the ball. But not only the ability, but you got to demand it. It's one thing if a guy comes at you and his A move is phenomenal. You can't get beat with C moves. You can't have a guy come up, dribble, hesitate, and just blow by you. And he demands that they stay in front of the ball, and that sets up this entire defensive principle of not having to overhelp and give up corner threes and everything else.
They face a Timberwolves team tonight that has lost 3 in a row. They're 0-2 on this 3-game trip after just a completely bonkers sort of loss at Oklahoma City on Friday night. This thing just was nuts. They had a chance to salt away the game. Karl-Anthony Towns is trying to miss there with 1.1 to go, and instead they wind up giving up the game-tying layup as Steven Adams finds Dennis Schroeder on a fly route and makes the layup at the buzzer, and they wind up outscoring them by a dozen in overtime. How long is that going to stick with you?
He said no.
Well, luckily in the NBA you have another game.
No, you can't because it's a read up under his name.
A couple things happened there that shouldn't have happened. I mean, obviously Steven
tried
Adams had
them on.
to
She
throw a
said they
great
were
pass.
fine.
Schroeder was able to hold off Jeff Teague on that play, but Jeff Teague has a guard and experience that he has in this league. You should never let that player get behind you, especially in that type of situation.
And we didn't even show the part where they got an extra point. Oklahoma City got an extra point because of a technical foul on the Timberwolves for a player entering the game with his jersey untucked, something that Chris Paul noticed right away and directed the officials toward. Once they saw it, they basically had to call it.
Yeah, I mean, I thought there was always the ability for the referee to have a little discretion in that. Like, is the guy tucking it? How untucked is he?
He was completely untucked.
Well, then he was untucked, then he got shot and go, no, Chris Paul pointed out they got it. But to your point, Brian, at that point, you put somebody down on the other foul line. I mean, you get your guards there. You just take the guy and say, the Timberwolves are shooting a free throw here. A Timberwolves defender should have been at the other foul line, just standing down there playing free safety because you're going to wing it. And that was a heck of a throw, though, by Steven Adams. That is not easy to make that pass. And he made it right on the button for a lay-in. And, boy, those losses do stick with you. Like you talked about, you have a game the next day. But, man, I tell you what, as a coach, as a player, you think, boy, we blew that one.
It's a pretty good baseball pass for a guy who grew up in New Zealand.
Never played,
but they don't play baseball.
I'm with you.
I don't know what you call that pass if you grew up somewhere where
she
you
wanted those
He
Adidas.
did go to University
She's talking
of
about she wanted
Pittsburgh,
those
so maybe
Adidas that
maybe he picked it up
they
there.
pretty much.
Maybe he's just a really good athlete. He's playing in the NBA.
She don't have no shoes for college.
That could be it.
No,
He threw rocks as a kid or something. Andrew Wiggins will be back in the starting lineup tonight
Yes,
for
he
the
does.
Timberwolves. That's a good thing. Maybe even better is the fact that they're not at home, which is counterintuitive, but appears to be the case so far. The record is much better. They
So she don't have no shoes for
shoot
college
it
at all.
better, both inside and outside the three-point line as well. On the other hand, they've got LeBron James to deal with. Here's Ryan Saunders on that challenge.
Did Thomas give you a box with some Jordan?
Sometimes, I mean, watching, a player like him.
That's what I'm talking about.
Talent.
I don't have the ones you sent me
You
the
guys don't
picture
need me to
of.
tell you that.
The net
But
peppers?
it seems like he's always adding something to his game, and he's, the way he moves with the ball at his size, he poses, a very unique challenge on a nightly basis.
Well,
but,
I didn't get no pictures
he's
of
always
you.
been a dominant type player, and the Lakers have done a great
I
job
said that Thomas said you was about
putting him in those
to
positions here too, with other guys around him as well who are also dominant type players.
That's what I keep asking.
You coached with the Lakers, with LeBron last year. What is the best way to attack him in terms of, well, either end of the floor, but particularly defensively, especially now that he's the nominal point guard?
Well, you try to get him out extended as far as you can on the perimeter, and put him in pick and roll situations where he has to move his feet. And last year a lot of guys attacked him off the dribble, but he seems to be in better shape and sliding his feet a lot better than he did last year. And so it's tough. But when you have a player like Anthony Davis behind you, you can make mistakes out.
What up, bro? We're over in the chat. What's up, man? What's poppin'?
We got to give it to the man of the night. Let's go back to Staples Center. AD is with Mike Trudell.
All right, AD, it's the fourth 50-point game of your career. First in purple and gold. Only took you 29 shots to get there. The rhythm you said has been building, but how did you get into that kind of a rhythm tonight to get to 50?
Just being aggressive. Just came out aggressive. Playing hard. My teammate did a good job of finding me. And just staying in the rhythm, just staying hot. They're a good team. A team who can shoot. They got Carter in town, who's a hell of a player.
Trying to find the come up real quick.
But Jeff Teague, his brother, Rob Covington, they got a lot of great players. And, for us to keep this thing going, Coach talked about it, we don't need a loss to learn. And I just want to come out and be aggressive, do what I can to help the team win.
16 of your 20 field goals in the paint. As you said, you were just looking to be aggressive in there. How has that been building as the season's going on, just figuring out your spots with this group?
I've been able to read defensive coverages. Phil Handy, Mike Penbergy, we're doing a great job. Ron doing a great job of helping me read defensive coverages and knowing what moves to get to. And, when it's single coverage, I know I'm able to get to whatever I want. If the double team making the right reads. And, for me, I'm just trying to go out there and just play basketball and just have fun. And anytime we're able to win, we're able to have fun. But for me, just continue to be aggressive and help the team.
A lot of your buckets are coming with LeBron. A lot of two-man game. He's finding you. How have you guys managed to build this cohesion together so quickly?
It's been fun. When you got two players who's very selfless and just want the best for the other player, it's very easy. I'm looking for him. He's looking for me. We continue to learn each other where we like to score the basketball. Obviously, that pick and roll, when I'm setting it for him, he's able to get downhill at a fast pace and in attack mode. It puts the defense in a bind. Now they either got to help on him or they leave me open. So what we find is the shooters on the weak side. So we're going to continue to get better at it, but it's looking good right now.
Appreciate it, Eddie.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Anthony Davis, 50-piece for the Lakers in a 142-125 victory at Staples.
Thanks so much, Mike. I know Tough Juice, you've been chomping at the bit. What'd you see? What impressed you?
You know what? I think he nailed it when he, his comments in the postgame where he said, I could pretty much get wherever I want. And playing with LeBron James, and obviously he warrants a lot of attention also, and Anthony Davis, but he's just roaming out there, and something that we've seen for years. I'm a true basketball head, so I followed him while he was with the Pelicans, and now he just has a bigger stage in the world and starting to see his greatness.
But that's what's so special about him is, one, his humility. Two, even when things aren't going well, he wants to make sure that he's getting his offensive rhythm through the flow. But then nights like tonight, he gets to his spots. It's seamless, and he continues to empower and impact the game as he does every single night.
Yeah, especially important tonight because LeBron, foul trouble, 4 fouls in that first half, the most he's ever had in the first half in his career. So AD is going to have to carry this team, and safe to say he did that. This team now 21-3, thinking big picture for a second. Reminds me of the 08-09 team. That team also started out 21-3. The difference being that team had a lot of cohesion. Kobe, Bynum, Powell, Fisher, guys who had played with each other for a while. This team has 9 new faces on it. So the fact that they are 21-3, they have not lost a game away from Staples Center. This is pretty heady stuff right here.
It's a testament to really how close this team is. I want to stick with AD one more question because I thought Mike Trudell hit it on the head. 16 of his 20 made field goals came at the rim. Your career high is 40. Yours is 40. How much work, how much effort does that take to continue to pound inside, despite how tall, how big he is?
Jump hook that you can't stop. Okay, that's the setup. That's kind of like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You know you can't stop it, and you know it's coming. And then, as soon as you favor that, he's got all the spin moves, Allie. He can spin. He's got the left. He's ambidextrous. He faces up and plays like a point guard. I don't know. He's a mixture of a lot. Early, about a year ago, I said, a mini Akeem Olajuwon. He can move. He's lateral. He hit it on the head. Who do you think? He's kind of like Kevin Garnett. Early
Garnett, hands down.
Look, he had it easy, man. He ran with magic. He was able to get up buckets. You know what I mean? Like, you talk about us getting up 40. I didn't have no great passers that was trying to find me in the flow. And now AD's playing with LeBron James. He find him right in stride, in the paint. Go to I thought I was pretty good until Magic retired.
Your face is amazing. But are you taking the best care of
That's
it?
what I said. That's why I told my
Healthy
niece.
skin
I don't know
needs
why
healthy
they letting them
skincare.
do Daddy's
Buy
surgery on
$100
Friday
in
at Harbor
holiday
City.
gift cards and get a $25 promo card for free. Massage Envy. Keep your body working.
You better off coming to Loma Linda Institute.
Nice job by
They
AD
need
as
to be
well.
coming out
10
here.
for 10 from the free throw line. He's almost at 90% from the stripe for the season. That's amazing when you consider how often he is at that line. Free throw shooting was a problem for this team last season. Not right now at all.
Do you think Frank Vogel still wants him?
And they going to freaking Harbor City. I told Val, remember when they was killing Daddy Dale's eyes with the eye drops?
On Game Time, and I really
blind.
like this because there's a lot of things that we don't understand that coaches say. It's because they get bleeped out half the time. It's me and I can't show it on TV. But we get coaches speak to delve in to a team that we knew was going to be really good, but maybe not this early. So taking us like we've never been taken before, the coach inside what's going on at Staples.
Now it's getting easy
down there again. Secure the rebounds. It's got to turn right now. Pass the ball. Every single time. Get in the stance and get on.
This season, the Lakers have turned around what was a bottom third of the league defense last season into being elite on that side of the ball this year. That improvement, triggered by the addition of some key two-way players, have brought LA back to being among the best teams in the league. The best representation of this is Anthony Davis, who leads the league in blocks, anchoring a Lakers defense who, as a team, lead the NBA in blocks by a significant margin. Watch this play here. Anthony Davis is the last guy. He's behind the entire play, but he makes a tremendous effort to catch up and a great save in transition with this block. Here, again, Davis at the end of the quarter, a wide-open DeAndre Hunter. He saved the bucket. And then finally, Cam Reddish, a rookie who doesn't know any better, takes off on a baseline drive and decides to challenge Anthony Davis. Not a great idea. The Lakers are leading on their defense, not just to limit their opponents, but to create easy offense for themselves by scoring off the turnovers they create. Here we get a switch, JaVale McGee on Jabari Parker. Plays him well, a tremendous block shot. And then watch LeBron James come to beat Hunter to the loose ball. They're off to the races, and a great lob. This one on the pick and roll, KCP gets over the top once, gets over the top again. McGee steals the pocket pass, and the most feared thing in the NBA, LeBron James in the open court. Another pick and roll, this time Danny Green over the top. He and McGee get a steal, and LeBron James and Anthony Davis are off to the races. Another easy basket. While the Lakers have struggled some in their half-court offense, they have utilized post play with good success, while few other teams post much at all anymore. Here we're going to see Anthony Davis post up a smaller DeAndre Hunter. You see Hunter get on top. This is a play Rondo and Davis did a lot in New Orleans. Davis just spins out to the rim and catches the lob for the dunk. Here the Lakers start the third quarter with a set play posting up LeBron. He is always a passer first. He's going to look at Danny Green off the flare screen. Then a tight pick and roll. Gallinari doesn't leave McGee. So LeBron finally, as the third option, decides to score. Here LeBron posts again on Terrence Ferguson. You can see him looking at the floor. He's always thinking pass first. Schroeder comes to the strong side to help. Chris Paul, along with everybody else, is watching LeBron. KCP sees an opening on the cut. Perfect pass and a layup. The pick and roll is a staple of nearly every NBA team's half-court offense. And with an initiator as skilled as LeBron James and a finisher as dominant as Davis, LA's pick and roll attack has the potential to be among the most unstoppable in the league. Lakers like to run pick and roll with Davis and James on the right side of the floor. Here Davis goes into a step up. Everyone else for the Lakers is on the weak side of the floor. Davis rolls, takes the pocket pass, and goes and finishes with the dunk. We'll see the same thing again here.
We got him. We got him. We got him.
No, he asked me what I prefer what would I like to be called.
Okay, look at this stupid shit she got on her head, number one. Black women walk around with the dumbest shit, the dumbest hairstyles, just looking ridiculously ridiculous. Look at this shit. You done stuck a whole bunch of something else on your head. All these dumbass colors, you done stuck it in the water and painted it and whatnot. But you got a ring on this finger, but you don't have one on that one. Just
Yeah,
up
we
there
about to.
smelling like who's glue, man.
Female or a queen, and I stated I am a queen, but at the end of the day, some people is not going to always, when they're giving compliments, people's always not going to respond as, hello, queen, or hello, this. Everyone.
Some people is not. Some people is not. And again, y'all have to remember, this is somebody's mom. This is somebody's mom who says, some people is not. Damn. Shouts out to my man Shitty Greg.
Different. Everyone has their own personality. Everyone expresses in different ways. So
I think it's disingenuous to call a female a queen and you don't know her. A lot of times you got these, guys on the internet. You see the typical dot, half naked, every picture. We call them queens. I ain't never seen a naked queen in my life. So we can't just be giving people titles just because they're female or a woman, whatever is PC for y'all. But at the end of the day, you got to show qualities of a queen before you should be called one. And plus, you can't be a queen without a king.
Now remember, I showed y'all the email. My man Shitty Greg in the comments section. Hey, y'all saw what I read. This post that he sent me came back in February 1st, 2019. And it said, I posted this weeks ago. Trust me, I've been a fan. We have some of the same views.
Let's get some
I can
gameplay.
honestly say you made me look at the king and queen concept differently. And you're right.
Oh,
y'all keep remembering that. Did y'all hear what he said?
Stand up real quick, babe. Can you put my cover down?
See, that's the difference. You can tell I made the argument because I'm not contradicting my argument. Can I get an amen? You can tell it's my argument, and it was one that I made because I don't contradict it, because I know what it means. I came up with it. People who are following it, this is a man who's saying, you don't do anything, I don't know you, you can't call I'm not calling you a queen. But he started off by saying, I call myself a king because that's how I feel. So he's immediately contradicted himself within the first minute and 48 seconds.
I mean, I have to disagree on that because at the end of the day, let me tell you something. When we're born a princess, and when we become a woman, we're a queen. Some women don't know their worth. Some people might put themselves out there in the world. And who are we to judge to say, okay, she's not a queen because she got half of her ass out? Everyone makes their money how they make it. Everyone puts themselves how they put it.
Is it fair to the women that don't change, that don't show their body and don't shape their ass? Is that fair to them?
Yes, it's absolutely fair because everybody has a choice at the end of the day. This person could choose not to shake their ass or cover their ass up. This person could choose to be a nut. This person could choose to have fun. I mean, it depends on the person, but I feel it doesn't make you less of a woman just because you choose what you choose.
Would you want your daughter to be like that? Would you want your daughter to be like that? Would you want your daughter to be half naked on the internet, ass showing, titties popping, nipples out?
I mean,
I don't even get hard no more even looking at naked women. I'm desensitized. That's all you see on the internet is naked females.
No, Faith, I wouldn't put my daughter in this category because
why not?
We're speaking about adults. We're speaking about women and grown people who's already out in the world. And what I would like for my daughter is not the same thing that I would see something out there. But
remember, she's watching the Cardi B's and the Meg Thee Stallions, and that's what they're watching.
But she's still taught to know the difference. She'll know the difference.
So, but there you go. How do you show her the difference?
So this dumbass bitch admitted that her child is watching these people. So if your child is watching these people, it means that she likes them somehow, correct, ladies and gentlemen? And if it means that she likes these people, then they are influencing her. Just like if you give your child sugar and they light up and like it, You have influenced your child to now like sugar. I don't understand how niggas are that stupid to where they don't understand what the influence would be. If your daughter is saying, I like Meg the Stallion, and your daughter is saying, I like Cardi B, then how can you say, oh, but they're not influencing my kid? Hell, Terminator influenced me. Everything that I like or dislike will influence me.
Are you going to call those girls queens to your daughter? So now she's going to think that being naked and shaking your butt all day, showing your nipple is a queen?
I don't have to, I don't talk about other women when it comes to my child. My child sees me as her role model, so therefore she doesn't have to look to Cardi B or this person. She look at her mother who she wakes up to every single day, who busts her ass to take care of her and show her the right way. So
busts her ass and take care of her and show her the right way. What is that? Busts her ass, take care of her, and show her the right way. How are you going to say this, ma'am? Busts her ass and take care of her. Let me explain something to you. My daughter enjoys me. My daughter doesn't see me nearly like anybody else does. How many of you guys know what I'm talking about? My daughter sees me as a regular old damn dude. For real. Like when people walk up and to her, like when her friends walk up and say they know something about me, it makes her feel a little bit good because it gives her some gravitas amongst her friends. But when she's in public with me and someone walks up and is like, oh man, I want to take, like it get on her nerves, they want to take a picture with me. It irritates her. It doesn't matter. Your dad could be whoever. Sometimes it just irritates you because you want your own lane. Kids are trying to find their own space. So for you to sit there and say, my daughter only looks up to me, no, because nobody in her classroom is saying how great you are. They're saying how great this other thing is.
Houston moving the ball around. Duncan gets all rattled. Good look. And Davis pulls it down. And so it's Davis moving the ball for Los Angeles. And Buzzer has it in the corner. Here's Kobe. And it's rebounded by Houston. Here's Houston. Nash left side. Duncan outside. Houston gets it down. Out to Nash. And another shot. That one no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Short. So he uses the glass on the lane. And through 1-2, gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead change to 6 already.
Antetokounmpo can't get it to go. Kawhi.
Tonight's game wasn't just good enough to find the back door.
And out doing this. Pass to Bryant. Nice hit again. Dwight Howard pulls it in.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
Hield outside. For three. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And that is what Hield does. This guy is a gunner. Loves pulling the trigger from deep.
So timeout call here. The first for Los Angeles.
That's all you have. You have people who want to fuck you. That's it. Sit up here and believe these chicks got fans. Every one of them, even the ones I brought on the show, it didn't matter who it was. These chicks were on the shows and the men wanted to fuck them. That was it. All these women that done came on my show, the most I probably want to do with them is fuck them. I don't care what nice I've said to them. They went in because I was like, yeah, I'd love that. Your ass is on the internet every damn day.
exposing her body on the internet, and she respects her man.
Some men like they women
That's what
so.
they.
Fuck exposing. Fuck respecting my man. Fellas, y'all don't need a woman that respects her man. Y'all need a woman that respects herself. If the woman respects herself, you won't have to sit around trying to tell her what's right or wrong. She'll know what's right and wrong. You won't have to have this problem. I like how I'm being trolled right now. It's funny. Y'all keep on doing it though. Have fun. Y'all keep. You see, how I got these 2.6 million is going up to 2.7. You need a woman that respects herself first. If she respects herself, you don't have to tell her not to not do these things. She won't do them because she doesn't do them. You hear me? She won't do them because she doesn't do them. Ladies, would you rather have a man that bitches and hookers? AD?
It's metaphor. That's not what they like.
Some men like their women to do that. Some men don't.
No,
I
they
mean,
don't.
to each his own. And
Nah,
honestly,
trust me.
Remember, a man who doesn't cheat on you, ladies, because he respects you. What happens when he loses respect for you? Kill you because they like you. What happens when they stop liking you? I'd rather be around a person who won't kill because they think killing is wrong. Fuck doing it because of me. Nope. You think it's wrong? I trust you. You think stealing is wrong? I trust you. What happens when we stop being friends? You'll rob me. Oh, I steal from everybody else, not you. Well, hold on a minute.
Unless he a
at the end of the
player.
day, it's no judgment on
Unless he a
people's
player.
heart or what they want. People, that's the person's heart.
And even me as a man, I ain't had no females bust my nuts. So I'm just saying, I'm just being real. Like that doesn't make any real logical sense because look at these females nowadays. Like you see girls even keeping men.
I
You
mean,
see
I
women.
can't speak for
I'm
all
just saying.
females.
I'm
I
just.
can
It
only
just.
speak for myself.
I understand, but you representing women now because you're defending it. So once you
I'm
start,
representing defending
so once you
because we
defend it,
start off as
nah,
queens. We
no,
start off as
never
queens.
start off as.
Yeah, yeah, we are. We
And this
first
is
we
why a lot of
we
these
wanted to be
females.
more like a
Look,
princess,
oh, let's
then
go
we
one
got
at
to
a
a
time.
queen.
One at a time. This is look at. This is how you look at these females now. Y'all been lied to all your life. Y'all been told y'all was pretty. Y'all been told y'all was sweet. So your head got big. You think that now
they say, Tommy was trying to fuck me. You know a bitch ain't shit. You can see a range of bitches I've been trying to fuck. Some of them don't have a leg, a arm, a neck. The fuck would you want to be one then? Be one. Tommy was trying to fuck me. Tommy tried to fuck anything with a pulse. Why don't you say Tommy was walking around holding my hand? Can you say that? Why don't you say that, son? Just say that. Come on, say that. Say they saw me out in public with Tommy in the restroom. Say that. Say I know Tommy's best friend. Say that. Say I hung out with Tommy's daughter. Say that. Oh, you can't say that? Huh? Tommy was trying to fuck me. Did anybody know you was at my house? No. Was I trying to let people hear in the background? No. The fuck would you go around telling everyone? It's like me telling motherfuckers that bitches was trying to take money from me. I was been trying to get some money from me. You wasn't saying that when you was asking me for $200. You wasn't saying that when you was asking me to pay for your rent. Like that make me look good. You wasn't saying that last week when you asked me to pay for your rent. You wasn't saying that. Nigga, I just looked at you as a paymaster. That's all you were. If you weren't paying, we weren't playing, nigga. Why are you telling people this? Why are you going around letting people know I was paying your bills? You weren't saying that. Hell no. It was free money, dude. When I was paying your bills, you wasn't saying that. Hell no. I didn't have to hire a lawn man. Your lame ass was out there cutting for me to save money, nigga. You wasn't saying that when I was paying your side. And nigga, are you actually trying to make it seem like I was billing you? Is that what you're doing, sir? You're trying to make the world think I was billing you because I allowed you to do shit. That lets me know you know the world knows I wasn't billing you because you got to fill them in on shit that was secretive. You got to tell the world you weren't paying that when I was changing your tires. I keep my mouth closed. Some of y'all, we realize who we are in relationships. How many of y'all been in a relationship like that? You don't lie. You know who the fuck you are. You know I'm not this bitch, man. Nobody knows. Nobody likes this. She ain't told nobody. I get it. Because I sit there and lie about that shit. You were my girl. Man, nobody told you when y'all was in a relationship. You were paying. That's what it was. Accept your role, son of a bitch. Even if they don't tell you what your role is.